Hey Facebook, welcome to Punish for Protecting Facebook Live. We will give you guys some time to hop on in. Punished for Protecting presents today, what's the deal with credentials? We're going to talk about credentials. I just ate a cookie. Just want to make sure I have nothing in my teeth. I just popped the call off here. So, okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Danielle, looks like you hopped back off again, but we'll get you on here if you need to be. Julia Reed, I will get you on today. We'll have you on. I'm not going to have people stay on for too long. I don't like to let these videos go super long. You want to get to the point, but I definitely would like to have you on because I never get a chance to have you on. Hey, Danielle. Hi, Donald. How are you? I see you guys on. Hi, and welcome, everybody. Welcome. You want to be on. You want to be on because we keep giving you the news. We keep telling you, leading you in the right direction here as we are knocking the head off of the family court. We are literally knocking the head off of the family court. Well, hold on. It's going to pause me for a second. You have to go. I'm doing a live. You have to go. Go do your stuff. What? You're not getting it till the... Oh my goodness, sorry everybody, but thanks for continuing to hop on right now. So what I was trying to say is that, please keep watching David Jose. Please keep watching his amazing work. And I see people hopping in the queue, so I would like to take some time and give you guys a chance to talk. We don't want to make it too long. I do want to say that I'm going to talk about credentials today. What's the deal with credentials? Sorry about that, everybody. Facebook likes to shut me up. But guess what? Have they been able to shut me up? No, they have not been able to shut me up. So you know what that means, guys? Go gather your friends list and let's share this like crazy. The other night hit, I don't even know how many views, but we got massive views. David Jose is getting massive views, and we're going to be combining our views together with other big people in the movement to keep combining all of our audiences together so we have one big audience. So let's talk about a couple of things. Obviously, the topic today is going to be about credentials and what's the deal with credentials. Let me move my car. I think I'll have better options with Wi-Fi if I move my car. So let me just bear with me a second, my friends. If it kicks me off again, just stand by. If it tries to do it again, I thank you and appreciate you guys just standing by. Don't move. Stay right there. Don't touch that dial, okay? All right, so obviously today is I'm going to be talking about credentials, but everybody's asking me about the Occupy Congress, which is what we're doing. We're occupying Congress. So I have a reason for wanting to talk about credentials today, obviously, but everything is important that we talk about. We touch base on all these topics to bring it all together so that we don't have, just the different things that go on out there in social media world. In social media world, we have an array of trolls. Guys, let's get this moving. Let's get these numbers up right now. I'll just wait for you as we get these numbers up and increasing right now. It's going to be difficult for me to do that because I am not on a laptop at the same time as my phone, so I can't really invite people. Okay, so go ahead and invite everybody. Share this through social media right now. Invite your friends list. You guys know how to do it. You know the deal. And I'm going to get on the subject of credentials in a second here and the reason why I'm going to talk about that. You guys will notice if you go to my public page here, we have Punish for Protecting News, so that you guys know. Thank you. That's very sweet of you, Margaret. We have Punish for Protecting News, so you guys can all, go on that page and join it. It's great. We just pretty much share our broadcasts on there. A broadcast does air in Delta TV. It airs PATV, Long Island, Delta TV is out of California, and several different stations in New York at this time. It's been for the past couple years. Pretty awesome. So we get a wide range of audience of families and different people from around the world and around the nation that get to see what we're doing as we interview families, true stories of families that have been ravaged by the family court. And I like to put the emphasis on the family court. Now, let me show you guys something. You guys know of our book. It's a bestseller. It was a bestseller 2 times when it came out. And it's the injustice system of family court. The injustice system of family court. And that's where I got the name Punished for Protecting from, because I was literally punished for protecting my son. And so that's a big no-no. We don't want to be punished for protecting our rightful God-given rights to parent and protect our children. It's ridiculous. I never had a CPS case. It wasn't something like that. I've never done anything wrong. I haven't done one single solitary thing wrong. Okay? As you know, for those of you that might be new to this, as you guys are aware, and if you just pay any attention at all, you could be half asleep and still know that the family court is an insane place. It is a for-profit private business, right? It is a for-profit private business. So the book blasted, because the reason it blasted is because people can be very they can relate to the story. They can relate to the fact that this system is unjust and this system is crazy. And so that's why this book became a bestseller. And you see, like, my emphasis, guys, is not CPS. What do you see there? Again, it's the injustice system of family court, right? The injustice system of family court. So my focus was never technically for CPS, although we go after CPS and we hold them accountable for damages. They're not actually a proper business. And, you know, so we put all the pieces together, and that's why we recently spoke at the Congressional Hearing Room in Washington, D.C. And this is what's leading to this live today, guys. I need you guys to start inviting more of your list on here. We have decent seed numbers, but we can hop this up bigger and better for people. I don't really like to take the focus off of some of the really important videos that are out there, like David, Jose, and Sandra RN did a very, very good video. I had it converted already to TV for them, so it'll be airing on those TV stations, but they did an amazing video. So any of you that are anti-vax and intelligent, and you raise your children healthy, and they have clean health records because of how you treat your kids, props to you. Congratulations. I'm glad you used the thing that God put between your ears along with your heart. And so I'm telling you this because that video actually shows the fact that they are violating. So Como from New York, right? And the judges here and California and these other liberal states that are thinking they're going to have the right to tell you to force your vaccinations into your children's bodies. Well, let me tell you, we may have a little battle on our hands with this stuff right now. We may have a little battle, temporary battle, but at the same time, we're going to win the big one because they're violating our rights. There's no question. And it's a very dangerous thing to all people, even those of you that think that it's okay to force vaccines. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Okay? So I am confident in the knowledge that I have of law. Oh my God, Francesca, you're a licensed attorney? You can't say that publicly. Really? Who told you that? A judge? Did a judge tell you? Wait, do you know that a judge is an administrator? Family court is actually a for-profit private business? Did you know that actually the whole system runs itself and the whole system is accountable to itself and the whole system babysits itself and the whole system is a fraud? If you don't know that, you need to go back and watch our videos. You need to go back and watch, and you need to learn. First of all, my dear, dear friends, any attorney watching, any bar member watching, you go look up the laws, sweethearts, and you tell me where any place where it says, I'm sorry, you tell me, I wish I had my laptop right now. You tell me where a licensed attorneys can be licensed in any state in the country. You guys can, you know what, while I'm here and while we're doing this, guys, and while you're inviting people and so on and so forth, and while you're listening, in comments below, because we've posted it often, do your homework right now. I like it better when people actually go and research themselves. See what it says about being a licensed attorney in any state. And you see where that's wrong. Wrongy. So you go ahead and put that in comments. I want you guys to put that in comments now. This way you can say, I did a little research on my own and I learned it myself and I copied and pasted and put it in comments and have proven that that is wrong. So we've been lied to. Just like we've been lied to about the family court. Just like you don't get due process in family court. The semblance, what looks like due process is not due process in these courts at all. It's not due process. That's why families are suffering all over the country and have been for centuries from the family court diabolical, okay? Now you've got these really bad attorneys, and that's what I'm going to touch on today. A specific attorney, I probably might say a few names of attorneys like I do judges and so on. And one of the things that I like to do when I go live, I like you guys to put the names of the attorneys and judges that are hurting you and your family. I like you guys to put that in comments because everybody's watching. See, the world is watching, and the world says no. America has risen up, and America is saying no to family court, to CPS, child Child Predator Services to foster care, forced adoption, the black market of adoption. And why are there so many missing children in this country? And why are children being trafficked? And why is this whole system a child trafficking system? Now, I had a situation recently, which I will be bringing this much public. We are in the workings of it right now. And I just want to keep you guys remembering this word, because we're going to be preparing you for this. Indictments. Do you see my smile? Oh my God, they're coming. They're coming. So while everybody's distracted with the president right now, we're getting a lot done. And you all of you will be a part of what we're doing. Credentials, don't forget, that's what this video is about, credentials. So before we get touching on credentials, put in comments about the fact that there is no such thing as a licensed attorney in any state in the country. Go look that up first, and then I want you to post inside comments so that everybody is using their brain and everybody's doing this together. Next, credentials and why it's tying into these judges and lawyers and so on. Bar members, a membership. Very important, very important that you understand what's been running everything, a membership. Lying to you, telling you that they're licensed attorneys when common law is commonly practiced by all people. If you need an interpreter in the court because you don't understand law and you don't understand when you walk into a court, listen, I walk into courts all over the country. Certain things are different in certain places. Somebody will say, turn your phone on, Fran, no problem. Somebody will say, freely record in here. Some will say you can sit in here. Some will say you can't. What's constitutional is what should only matter in any one of these buildings. What's constitutional, not what they're saying, not what their policies and procedures are. You know, a policy and procedure is only proper when it's in somebody's business, okay? But if it violates your rights, it's there's got your gray area. But inside a courtroom, or a so-called courtroom, or something they're trying to convince you is a courtroom, you know, justice, that little thing called justice. What's that right there? You guys see that? It's hard to show you this because it's kind of shaken. See my scales of justice, what I live for? Even, balanced scales of justice, my friends, right? All right, I don't know how people that are friends of mine keep not get notified that I'm on live right now. Live! If you want to talk to me, come on live. Stop sending me stuff. Don't you get notified that I'm live? Hit follow, hit see first, hit something, hit yes when she's live. Let me go live and see what she has to say, because I'm asking you for help right now, and help is here. Help is on our videos. Help is talking to you right now. Okay, so when you go into these fraudulent family courts and these unbalanced scales that are targeting families, and I watch it every day happen, and that's why I jump on the stand many times to balance the scales back in the proper direction and then tip them over back to the person that needs protection from these crazy wackadoodles. So, but this is what I'm trying to teach you guys. See, what we teach you is basic common sense, common law, common sense. So if you're going into one of their fraudulent courts and you're getting, you know, one of their public pretenders, which I'm going to be naming, and their crimes that they commit, or their judges or whatever, or you're paying exorbitant amounts of money for a bar member to help your case. And come on, guys, how many people have had a bar member help their case? How many? By a show of hands. Who's had a bar member actually help their case? Who lost their children with a bar member? Who didn't get their children back with a bar member? Who went in a state of years of limbo with a bar member? How many people got an advocate or learned for themselves, and all of a sudden either they got their kids back or their case started opening up and changing in their favor again? Listen to what I'm saying to you. So we're going to talk about credentials, because people ask me about my credentials. I do have a curriculum vitae. Look it up. I do have my own business, a nonprofit 501c4 for social reform, so I can talk, so I can use this all day and night, and nobody can do anything about it. It's great. I'm a little smarter than I look sometimes. I don't know. I just got it sometimes. So I also have the best-selling book twice in 1 year. And lots of credentials. I have credentials. I have certificates signed by chief justices of course completions signed by chief justices. I have letters of recommendation, as you guys know, stamped by the assemblyman in New York. I am a mandated reporter. Okay, only I report properly, not bullshit-wise or bullshittery, and I report in a proper format when necessary, with support behind it. Like a cop should have a supporting deposition. Again, due process, and I don't report to CPS. So let's talk about CPS for a moment, will we? Shall we? I don't give them any consent. They're not legitimate to me in any way, shape, or form. I have recently met somebody who I have respect for. I'm going to be quite frank. Years ago, I did not. I watched a video that went massively viral, and it was very alarming to me, especially to the fact that we are a very holistic family and a very healthy family, healthy children who never get sick. And that's not anything negative to anybody else, but because we know what we're doing, okay? But recently, I have met somebody who I have to say, maybe they just changed their ways in a big, big, big way, but it's worked through CPS. And I think that some people really do want things for the right reasons, okay? Does that mean that I'm going to change the way I feel about CPS? Oh, heck no! Because it's child predator services, and I know too much about the whole thing on a whole and the system on a whole. But you say we're in a position of such major authority right now. I don't think you guys even get it. I don't think you guys understand how much authority we have, what we've always had, but now we really are in a position of massive authority. Massive authority. So when someone won't help us, if you call somebody up, if you call, let's say, I don't know, the judge over D4A over New York, that's over the Committee on Judicial Conduct, or you call Como and they're in a coma and they don't do anything, that doesn't mean that we're not still the ones in authority, because we are in authority over them. And I'm talking New York here, guys, but as you know, I care about every state in this country. No state in this country, no rock will be not lifted up and see what's going on underneath. Okay, we're all working together. What we need your help in right now is to move this faster. This train is going, my friends. The brakes are off. It's going full force ahead, and it's going to slam dunk the family court system right through. Okay, so we need your help, because that's why we're posting all the Congress members' names in DC. So those of you that are asking, please, if somebody asks this question and you hear the answer and you see somebody ask on Facebook, I don't have the time to answer everybody. That's why we do lives. Please answer this question. Can we record? My state's a one party. My state's a two party. My state's a no party. That doesn't matter when you're calling your public servant in Washington, D.C., because you're calling the 202 number. Okay, your representatives, meaning your Congress, okay, their offices are in your state, county, and then in D.C. You're only calling D.C., and of course you can record. That's the meaning of the word public. Just like if I'm out with my phone right now and something starts happening and, I'm going to just start filming that fight right there and what's happening. And then if somebody's obviously getting hurt, I'm not going to be that person that films. I'm going to be the person that jumps in and tries to save a life. To people that just keep filming. My own. All right. But let's go back to this. So, because we're here to talk today about credentials. You know, Jesus, the man who raised the dead, including himself. You know that guy? Yeah. You know, the guy that ascended into heaven and like is in charge of everything? That guy, he had no credentials. He didn't have anything in paper, other than the Bible, of course, all 66 books. But other than that, like, he didn't, like, go to college. He didn't get a degree in, I don't know, anything. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he, like, laid hands on the sick and they recovered. You know, that guy. The one that's called our advocate. You know, that guy? Yeah. You know what advocate means, by the way? It actually means lawyer. Did you know that? You should look that up, too. Kind of interesting. So we're here today to undo the brain, undo the stupid stuff that you've all been taught, right? That's part of what advocates do. We undo all the lies and we pour the truth in, so that, you know the saying, a lie that's told long enough and loud enough, well, the people believe that lie. So what we're doing is we're undoing the lie and telling the truth loud enough and long enough so that the people are free. Isn't that great? Isn't it great to be free in America, to be free again? Home of the brave, land of the free. He said it backwards during the congressional hearing, but what's the difference? It means the same thing. Are we brave? Are we free? We sure are. We are rising, okay, in numbers and power. And we are the authority here. We the people. They flipped it on us. They flipped it. They turned it upside down. They put us down here, okay? So when you go into a family court, you're suffering from severe trauma. So when you see these lawyers with their big billboards that say injury lawyers, they don't care about your injury through family court. It has to be a hit and run. A drunk driver has to have hit you, you know, a slip and fall, a medical situation, you know, at work. But talk to them about the family court and the non-stop damages and trauma. I'm sorry, we can't help you. Why not? Why can't you help us? Because you're bar members, and this is the mighty dollar. See, they only want things that are going to make them mega dollars. I'm not talking about $50 for a consultation. That, my God, if you only knew the work put into that. I'm not talking about that. Can you fill your gas tank for $50 these days? I mean, think about it. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking their retainer alone is somewhere from 5,000 to 8,000 to 10 to 20,000. Did you know that, just for the retainer? Did you know that most attorney bar members, and some are nice people, I'm friends with some of them I love dearly, but the majority of them are snakes and evil cobras. And they're basically there to keep just draining you financially. If they know you have a house or houses, oh boy. You know why the family court wants to know your financials? Do you know why? They don't care about your financials and if you're indigent. Do you know how many? Please tell David Jose that I'm live. He just called me, and I know if it's David, it's important. So please tell David Jose I'm live. He can come on. Do you know that they want your financials so they can know how poor or wealthy you are, so they can start taking your money? And did you know that quote unquote poor people are very, very financially valuable to the system? You're worth a lot of money to the system as they rob you every day. You know, as they've given some poor people that don't have money, they've given, like, you know, food stamps and things like that, because you're worth so much money, so they can hold you in bondage so that you can never fly in life and make more money and become a success story that God wants you to become. God wants you to be a success story. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being financially able to support your family. Matter of fact, it's very painful to not have the money to buy groceries and different things and to go week to week. It's very hard. Matter of fact, I commend every single person that works very hard, trying to feed their families, you know. So they abuse you further and they keep you in bondage further. Credentials, remember, that's what I'm talking about now, credentials. So listen carefully. Okay, so they also want your financials, because even though you're making way more than you're legally allowed to according to their fake rules, they're still going to give people indigency status and still give them a fake attorney. Why? Because they don't care. They know they have to have counsel for you, even though some states are so shady that they'll make a person go to fake court even without counsel. You're supposed to have counsel. Like, that's due process. That's the Constitution. That's due process. Oh, and let me not forget something. I laugh at these people right now that are going after Trump. Oh my God, what a smokescreen, guys. So they're going after Trump, and now all of a sudden they're talking words like betrayal. They're talking words like Constitution. Whoa, when did they care about us with the Constitution? I mean, we care about the Constitution. We're constitutionalists. But when did they care about the Constitution? When they developed this family court fraud system that is actually the black market of child trafficking and a child black market adoption. They don't care about the Constitution. If they did, we wouldn't ever walk back in a door again. It would be slammed shut. Like, isn't that what's supposed to be happening? Oh, wait, isn't that what we're doing? Isn't that why the trolls are so pissed off that they try to literally shut me down and shut down my website and stuff? Oh, you have no idea. See, everything gets caught because I do have, you know, I have invested a lot of money into what I do, not just my time and energy, but a lot of money into what I do to make sure that you guys are protected while they squawk over $50. It's so sad. And they try to shut that down. So you know what that does? That harms your families that are coming to me for help and needing a consultation, timeline, advocacy letter, and time spent to counsel and talk to you. And they shut that down very temporarily. Doesn't matter. It's slammed wide open again. So get in there. But that's what they did. And we already know, because the IP addresses today are so easy to find out who's who in the zoo and what they're doing. So that's why I block these crazy people and don't engage with them. Others fight for me, which you guys really don't have to. Take your time and energy and focus on calling Congress. I've actually placed some names. If you guys go through my Facebook page where this video is, scroll down, spend a little time and scroll down, and I actually put specific names and phone numbers for you guys to call. If they didn't see the briefing, if you didn't see the briefing, it's all over my page. If they didn't see the briefing, well, just know this. If they didn't see the briefing, make sure that when you get their email to send it, you CC me to it, because I'm trying to keep track. I got well over 400 congressmen right now. Now, David is watching now, so thank God. I've turned his and Sandra RN's video over. Please watch that video, guys. It's so important that you guys understand that you have rights, and they don't have the right to vaccinate your children. That is not a health risk, and that's not a healthy thing. Learn the truth, okay? We're not in the Stone Ages anymore, my friends. We're not, okay? So, like, learn the truth. Learn the truth. Educated, professional, intelligent people, families that take care of their bodies and take care of their children and keep beautiful homes and have, you know, good people in this world. don't want to vaccinate their children. How dare they call us whatever they want to call us, mentally unstable, uneducated, all these ridiculous things, these insults, these discriminatory insults, because they want to win. They're like a little 3-year-old having a temper tantrum. We're going to vaccinate, and so we're going to vaccinate because we know better, because it's a health law. Meanwhile, they're all huffy and puffy and high blood pressure and busting out the seams and overweight, and they're going to tell us that we have to do something and listen to their health guidelines when they're not a medical doctor. And I know that many, many medical doctors, especially pediatricians, don't vaccinate their own children because of the fact they've already researched what's in the shots. When you have to have something attached to giving your child a shot that's deadly and you have to sign a waiver, that should tell you something. Who really loves their children? What newborn baby, unless it's a drug mother, needs a hepatitis shot? For what? Like what? And I heard a nurse say, well, they could get hepatitis off of a toothbrush. Yeah, maybe in a crack house. Not in my house. You know, come on. Come on. Come on. But do you understand the full-blown danger of that? Because when they start forcing things into your skin, into your body, okay, aside from the fact that most people don't educate themselves on what's in the shots, on the ingredients, on the dangers, on all the other medical reasons why you shouldn't do that. No child is deficient of any prescription drugs, neither are you. Okay, that is why my sister is an expert holistic practitioner whose patients, God is my witness, they say it themselves, go all over her page. She's never once had to say who got completely healed. They say it themselves, from stage 4 cancer, from everything from eczema to you name it, to Crohn's disease. Okay, are you listening to me? Completely reversed out of the body, and not the absence, not like just better, like completely healed, restored, and living years of a very healthy life. So, you know, I just look at things. I mean, I think that we're supposed to like not just do what people tell us to do just because they tell us to do it. That's just ignorant. Aren't we supposed to learn things on our own? So what do we come here for today? We came here today because we want to talk about credentials, and we want to make sure you guys are making those phone calls to Congress, and we want to make sure that you understand that we're occupying Congress and we're taking over, and that indictments are coming. We're preparing you for indictments. We don't want to give you too much. It'll be overwhelming, but indictments are coming. That's why I'm so happy. And I've had to deal with certain aspects because I have got people that like to attack me, and I'm so used to it, guys. And I love all of you because you're so amazing and so great, because you literally go around there defending me. I would much rather you not defend me and get on those phones and call Congress, because the more bombarded they are with this subject, this movement is growing so exponentially. We are growing so fast and so furious. We are literally touching on every single human right and civil liberty and human right violation, and we are making sure that it ends in this century today. Now, we're not waiting 5 years. We have people going, well, you know, maybe what they did is going to happen in 5 years. No, hell to the no. I am a New Yorker and I'm Italian. We do things very, very fast here, okay, because a lot of states do things very, very slow. So we got to pull you up and move faster. We are not waiting no 5 years. We're waiting 5 minutes, and that's about it, okay? We got some kick-ass killer, we got some kick butt killer things about to hit the scene, and I am so excited about it. So get motivated, my friends. Make those calls to Congress. I know I can't tell you every detail, but it's preparing everybody for the next wave, because what's happening is we're still educating people that are part of the movement that still don't know how far we've come from 2 years ago, because they're still going around the same mountain. They're not paying attention. They're not listening. They're not learning. They're still going, this is happening and that's happening and blah, 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 all this stuff and stuff, you know, or they're new to the system, so they don't understand how far we've already come. We already crossed those bridges, guys. We're already crossed them. We burned them down, and now we're keep going. Okay, so those of you that are aware, those of you that are where we are now, those of you that understand, you need to start helping us get them educated, move them forward, and keep going. We are like pretty much our foot is in the promised land right now. Okay, so those calls to Congress is actually the fuel to our train. The train has no brakes, but the calls to Congress adds more power to the train to speed it up even faster to get it done, because these courts, these judges, there's no possible way that they don't know what damages they've caused these families. It is, I mean, I watch it. I see it. I watch them. Anthony McGinty, who's in my book, Anthony McGinty, and the dangers and the damages that he caused, recently put my physical address on paperwork, and it got through the Ulster County of Family Court. The clerk signed it. The judge signed it with those like fake little, you know, pre-signed things, the fake circle stamp, whatever, and then the clerk signed it. So if I have a confidential address and I'm protected and my son's protected, and you let that get out of your business, you're held liable. I don't care who you talk to in Ulster County or in Albany. It doesn't matter what attorneys you talk to. You're all held liable. It's called a security breach, okay? And when it's highlighted and put on the door of my house, when you're not allowed to serve me that way, and it's been made abundantly clear, and you already previously injured me, and on top of it, the appellate court did not protect me, you have no idea. It's just like, God, thank you so much, God, because you see the end from the beginning. See, guys, let this be a lesson to all of you. Let this be a lesson to all of you. See, the devil's so stupid, like really. He's an ancient foe, and so he's very clever, and he is smart, but as smart as he is, he's just as dumb. Because you see, what they do is they keep accumulating more violations against you, which is more injury against you, which I know all about the ADA, and I have a friend who's an ADA expert who I've learned from, and I've learned a lot on my own, and that's why your ADA rights are so important to what we do. And everybody here has been disabled by this system. They've caused disabilities, and then they violate disabilities because they think that the only kind of ADA things that you're supposed to have in a court is a wheelchair or a wheelchair ramp, and that's not it. It don't end there. It don't end there. It's what they've done to you mentally. When they're continuously, there's in Title I, if you guys read through that, please do. There are portions of that clearly state that if someone is, especially a person in a robe, if they're continuously injuring you and making you sick, I can be great any time of day, anywhere, around anybody. But as soon as you start hurting my child, it triggers the pain and the suffering you caused me from 2 years ago for retaliating against me. My book. Look, it's thin, guys. In an hour, you'll have it read, and you'll get to know all about me and who I am and what has happened and why I'm here and why we're doing this. It's small. I made it very simple, because I feel like the answers are very simple. You don't need a 5,000-ton encyclopedia full of laws to know what's morally proper, right? And to know what solves things and saves families quickly. If your house is on fire, we're not going to go read a handbook. We're going to do everything we can to get the kids out, get the house out of fire. And that's what we're all on fire right now. Does that make sense? So you want simplistic. What are our laws? It's very easy to figure this out. It's not as hard as they make it. They intentionally complicate it to hurt you, to injure you further. But if a judge continues to injure you, no matter how many times I've told them, all I have to do is do it by mouth. I don't have to even put it in writing. I've done that too. I don't have to put it in writing. I just say you're injuring me and you won't stop. And I have, and on top of it, I had an expert that he deemed an expert on the stand that said that he caused me post-traumatic stress syndrome. It is not a disorder. I was not born with it, and I'm fine all the time, other than when they trigger me there, because right away you start thinking, oh my God, you could hurt my son again. Oh my God, you're gonna make up a lie. Oh my God, you're gonna blame me for something I didn't do. You know, everybody knows all those thoughts and those things, and that's why I can work with families like I do, because really God has me in this very peaceful, amazing place, and he just fills me with all this wisdom of where to go next in your case, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And I've been in so many courts now across this country, and people can vouch for me as a non-bar member, with them without a bar member, assisting them. I'll only say it that way, assisting them. And they go in as themselves. They're not representing themselves. They are who they are. So never use that terminology that you're representing yourself. I'm not representing myself right now. I am me. This is who I am. I'm my person. I'm me, right? I'm this human woman, and I'm going to speak for me, and I'll assist the person with me. And I've won their cases, like big time critical cases, dangerous cases, okay? Because I know how to move the fake court, and some of the judges know better. You do get a full-blown narcissist at times that will not relinquish. But you get enough on the record at that point, even though it's a fake record. But anyhow, you get enough on the record at that time where you're balancing the scales back in the favor of the party that's being injured. And then at that point, you have more to sue with. Now, who are we going to sue to? Because the appellate courts and all that stuff, we know it's all a fraud, right? We know as we climb up the ladder, every single state is a fraud. We already know that. Well, why do you think we're before Congress right now? And hold on, let me give you a little bad news, but I'm going to kick ass with good news right after. Some of these Congress people don't want to help us. Do I care? Did I ask their permission? Did you ask their permission? Who asked them? If it's, and they'll say the stupidest things, like, you really want me to put that in, you really want me to blast that record, record that and play that live? You don't have jurisdiction, sweetheart. First of all, we are your jurisdiction. Congress is the highest court in the land. Okay, right? Guys, wake up and figure this out. It's so simple. We got them by the right now. kahunas. We've got them right now. We've got them. And this is why, like, I think David Jose's numbers hit like 150. I think in the family movement, the highest person was Cash Jackson. I don't know where. And then at one point, my numbers went well over 300 live. When we start combining these, okay, this is powerful, okay? And we've got the attention of everybody. Not everybody's on social media. So you got to understand, I don't do just social media. I'm out doing a million different things on venues all over the place. And I work with very, very big people, very huge people I work with that I don't bring out here in public just yet. But I work with some big people, very, very, very well-known people that have millions and millions of viewers. So you guys will get to see that soon too. And so we're not just, you know, we're moving you guys because you guys have been victimized so desperately for so long. And we're trying to empower you because you're the people that have been victimized. I mean, that's what it really comes down to. And the people that are like, that have like, we're talking millions and millions of dollars that are in the public eye and so forth and so forth. Many of them have experienced the family court and want no part of it and got real smart with it and listen to what I say and agree with me completely and support us and stand behind us. Now we have Congress members that are 100% in helping us doing it, but we don't technically need their help. It's nice to have it. It's nice to know that they agree with us and that they're telling other Congress people exactly what we're doing and working with us. Hold on, it's gonna pause. I'm sorry about that. I'm very, very sorry about that. I don't want to lose my train of thought here because I came on here to talk about. Sorry, guys. I came on here to talk about credentials. So we were talking about how Jesus has no credentials, and some woman was asking me my credentials. Okay, and clearly, hang on. What has happened here? Hang on, guys. I'm getting some kind of a lighting thing now. All right, this should do it. Okay, sorry, hang tight. I don't know what's going on with this. Just check the lighting. Look, everybody, it kind of like went off on me. And let me just see. I'm just trying to fix some stuff here. All right, well, I don't know. The lighting's not that great right now. I don't know what's happening with this right now. But hopefully this will kick up for me as long as you guys can hear me. I wanted to put other people on there, and I see the numbers dropped, but they're coming back up, so that's good. So I don't want to like make anybody miss what we're actually talking about and what's actually happened here. But speaking on credentials, so there's an attorney in like the Sullivan County area. I want you guys to look him up. His name is Larry Gold. If you've seen, Cliff Erickson was putting out a couple years ago, he told me to shut my pie hole. He told me to shut my pie hole, okay? Now, Judge Jeannie Perot is a part of this, okay? So I'll explain how that all works. So this man, Larry Gold, he's a bar member in like Sullivan County, New York. And he told me to shut my pie hole because I put him in his place. Well, it turns out he's been arrested twice. Once for placing cameras inside the women's bathroom of his practice, where he practices law. Yeah, he did that, and he said that he told everybody that it was because he was trying to catch people smoking pot in there. But he only wanted to catch people smoking pot in the women's bathroom, not the men's bathroom, because nobody smokes pot in the men's bathroom. In a law firm, guys, like, yeah, they just said, oh, I'm going to go in a law firm, and I'm going to use the ladies' bathroom, and I'm going to smoke pot in there. And he wanted to catch them. You know, first of all, pot is a very distinct smell, wouldn't you say? So, like, if somebody came into a law firm, I mean, most law firms aren't like city skyscrapers, right? They're usually like a main area, right? So if somebody smoked pot in there, it wouldn't be too hard to tell, you know? But anyway, and then he actually, like, you ever hear the saying, slipped a Mickey? So Judge Jeannie Perot, because he was, if you look him up, Larry Gold, you'll see it. I actually posted both of those in comments on Robert's Facebook page. But if you go look, he literally, there's like rape charges for slipping a Mickey. Mind you, let's talk about credentials a minute. This is a man that's an attorney. I'll say he's a licensed attorney, but there's no such thing. But he's a bar member. He's got a bar membership. This dude is still working as an attorney. Oh, and you want to hear the worst part? A young girl was actually raped, so they gave him to her as the attorney, and he ruined the case. Sound like a Hillary Clinton, doesn't it? Disgusting. So what are we talking about credentials for? My credentials, my #1 credentials, although I have them, And no, I am not a bar member. No, I am not a licensed attorney. Thank you, Jesus. My main credential is a moral compass that's strong and healthy, and a fight. A fight. And people were saying, well, how many have you won and how many have you lost? Shoot, for a non-attorney to go into a room and turn your case around, I think one is pretty badass. But I've won many, but I can't say how many I've lost. And do you want to know why? And this is not to be cocky. Trust me when I tell you. But it just annoys me when I hear stupid questions sometimes. But I don't lose, and the reason we don't lose because we do it together with the families, is because we're not going to give up until those children are safely back in your care. There is no such thing as failure in this. We cannot fail in this, but it's God on our side. It's God that gives us the power. It's God that gives me the boldness. It's God that gives me the wisdom. It's not by me, okay? And it's just because I listen to him and I do this and I have a passion for this, because I can't stand the abuse. And please, guys, please, thank you so much, because I see how many of you are. I don't know everybody that's doing it, because you haven't all written me, but so many of you are, and you're amazing calling Congress. Make those calls. They're all over Facebook. Please, if you missed this message and you're needing help, go back to the beginning of this message and watch it. I don't keep them very long. Now, who's on here that wanted to come on and say something? Let's get Julian on here for a minute. So I'm sorry that I never get a chance to get you on here. But you guys should go back to the beginning and watch this. Share it like wildfire. The other video has gone viral with regards to calling Congress. It has gone viral. Praise God above. And we are going to keep doing this. We're calling Congress. That takes the head off of all of it. I'm trying to add you, Julian. It takes the head off of CPS, foster care, and forced adoption. It takes the head off, okay? And then you don't have to worry about it. You won't have to worry about being vaccinated.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Hey, Julian, hey, tell everybody who you are and like where you're from and what you do, brother. This is a good guy.
I'm Julian. I come from Sugarland, Texas, and what I do for a living, I've been trying to find ways, like I've been looking up these, like what's been going on with the iPhone operating system, like because there's been a bunch of bugs that's been shutting down people's phones, which is I'm sure you guys are familiar with the effective dot power, which is when an Apple product receives the text. I know it sounds a little off topic, but like when the Apple, huh? Now when the Apple device, like when the iPhone, like let's say if a person sends a message to an iPhone and a corrupted text to another iPhone to another Apple device, when that device receives it, it'll like the device will will uh, will receive it in a lock screen mode. It'll shut down and restart. It'll restart the device. So yeah, I've been looking up like looking up ways to fix the glitches. So
Do you think that some of the ways that like they shut us down when we're trying to speak publicly, and they mess with your numbers on Facebook and social media and things like that, like there's some kind of relation to all of that? Do you feel? Or
yeah, I think what's going on is like these people are sending text bombs that can shut down even a live stream. I think it's it's the even and odd symbols plus a black dot and the pointing finger. You send that, it shuts down. It'll phone will start to go haywire. So now
So I know that
let's get
I
into
know that I only have like 10% battery right now, but I really want to have you talk a little bit about like, your involvement in what we're all doing with regards to taking down the family court and all the corruption involved in like your state in particular being very, very, very dark. Like there's a lot of dark things going on there. Can you kind of fill them in on that? And I read your comment. I'm very sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you won your case. God bless you. And I'm praying for you too. Thank you. So hold on
now
one second, Julian. My son was gone for like a little bit under 8 months. I'm sorry, I just read something she's asking me. And yes, it was retaliation, but I do have my son. I've had my son back sole custody for 2 years. But go ahead, Julian.
Okay, so now let's get into let's get into privacy and security. So, you know, I think what's going on is we have a new. I'm sure you guys are familiar with artificial intelligence, and I think that's being used to it's being used to steal identities, to get involved, to get people involved in the human trafficking business. Like this is why they built these unsecure Wi-Fi networks, like in places like Target, Walmart, Sam's Club. It's part of the New World Order, and we gotta
Right.
shut this stuff down. We gotta it's and it's comes from manufacturing in China.
Right.
So
Keep going. I
so
just keep hitting my phone because I'm reading messages, and when I do, it keeps. I'm sorry. Keep going.
but what's really scary, what I've noticed is, like, especially here on Facebook, it's like, I'm sure you guys are familiar with face swapping, right? People can use that. People
Explain it
will
to
use
people that
that
don't know. Explain it. Explain it to people that don't know what that is. Face swapping or like
face
facial
swap.
recognition. Yeah.
Well, well, face swapping is like where you can use somebody else's face to make it look like yours, to make it
Right.
to make it to make, like, let's say I can swap faces with you in a live. Like, I can look like you, and then, like,
Right.
and make but your voice will sound like me. Like, my voice will sound like I'll have your picture, but you'll sound like a man. You'll sound like a little different, and I think people will take advantage of that to frame a person.
Right. 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 And I think that a lot of the trolls are doing that kind of stuff. I've had people come yelling at me, literally yelling at me, like, why did you say that about me? Why are you attacking me? And I'm like, I've been busy for like weeks on end nonstop. I didn't even think of this person or whatever. And anything I've ever said about them would be a good thing someplace. But I do see this kind of stuff happening. So it's really important that people listen to what he's saying right now. Really important that you try to go to the source all the time. And really important that you don't just go around accusing people of things until you find out the truth, because there is a lot of sneaky, shady things going on right now while we're taking the head off of this giant. And it's
See, now but see, then you got the mark of. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the mark of the beast. Like, they're setting that whole shady system up. Like they're just trying to trick you. They're trying to gain everything, like skin color, eye color, they're just identity, like SSI. These people are robbing from us. They're robbing from people like you and me, like everyday people like you and me. And, like, that's when, like, and I'm just a messenger. Like, I pass the message on to you so that way we can get all this stuff out, like, to the
right.
public, so that
So
way,
that's
like.
why, Julian, that's the reason why, like, this is so important that America right now uses this really amazing advantage that we have now with Congress, and that you guys perfect, like, really listen and like go all over my Facebook page. The scripts are there. Keep calling them. Watch the child trafficking briefing, how it's all tied into the family court. Be aware of the things that Julian is talking about, so that you're not caught off guard, or so that you're not distracted by something silly on Facebook or social media. That you stay focused right now. We're hitting the prize, and that you guys stay focused right now. Lots of us, like I see Joyce on right now. We're friends. We've met each other many times. We're friends. We stick together like glue. Occasionally somebody will slip in, somebody will slip out, but we watch each other's backs. Then we find out later the reason why there was some kind of discord is because there was that kind of dark person that tried to slip their way in. And it's hard for us sometimes, but it's important to get around people that you really do care about, that you're really supportive of, that you met in person even, or that you spend enough time with to know that they are good people and that you can trust them and that they have each other's backs as we keep moving forward right now. And there's people that I firmly support, and I will continue to firmly support.
Yeah.
They've come at me and they've said bad things about somebody, and I will listen. I will respectfully listen. If I can fix the situation, if it's fixable, then a normal person's going to work to fix it. But a person that has an agenda or a motive that's bad, they're not there to fix it. They just want to be right so they can make wrong things happen. So we have to really use a lot of wisdom. Pray above all things. Pray above all things. Make sure you hear
Hmm.
from God. If you don't have peace about a situation, please listen to that inner voice. It is very important that you listen to that inner voice. None of us are perfect, but God gives us that peace. Okay? Very important. The things that he's talking about, it's important to just be aware of them, be mindful of these things, so that you
And
don't make.
be aware, and you got to be aware of this for the people who are on disability. Like people like me who are under adult guardianship. You want to know like who like you want to know like who you want to know who what services you're with, like who's running the system. Like you want to make sure the service coordinator you have is a good service coordinator and that you're not being screwed over. You want to make you know you don't want to you want to make sure you don't wind up in a part of the opposite of CPS, which is the what I like to call the adult predator services.
Adult predator services. That's right. That's right. That's
Because
right.
I'm
Hang
starting
on.
to, I'm
Hang
starting to think that yeah.
Hang on one second, buddy. I see some people on here that are new. I don't want to say your name wrong, but I think it's Lanka. Please, ladies and gentlemen that are watching, it is imperative that you guys please call Congress. Keep calling Congress. The list is there. All 500 and some odd members are on my page on the link. I've also taken out certain names and put them with their phone numbers and even emails. If they did not see that briefing, make sure that you send it to them and you CC me. My email is on there. If you need a consultation, the consultation link is there. Okay. But the more this is how we're winning this fight, and we are going to win this fight. We are going to not take it into 2020. We are going 2020. We're going to 2020. Think of it as a prophetic word of perfect vision. 2020 will be perfect vision. See, God just gives me stuff automatically. 2020 will be the year of perfect vision, where we will be able to see clearly. And the reason we're going to see clearly is because all this truth has literally devastated the darkness, and this light has devastated the darkness that we've had all these years prior. As you notice, the more truth that's spoken, the more we delve in, the more deeper we look, the brighter it becomes, and the more we can see all the further of the darkness that they've done and the things that they've done to families throughout the centuries. And it's over now. So we're going to enter into 2020 with clear eyesight. Very important. And we need your help calling Congress. I'm crazy that you're in support of the child trafficking briefing that exposed the family court as the open door to child trafficking. We want it abolished. We want the players arrested. And then we, in the background, we've been working for over a year on the indictments. And we have such good news to you guys. But that's why the faster you guys get these calls in and I get the amount of numbers I want, then I can share the good news about the indictments. Julia, did you want to just wrap it up with anything for us? Because my battery's going to die and I'm in the car.
Oh yeah. So yeah, about the whole facial recognition thing. Like, I think it's a good system, but I think it's also being used. But like, they should really use it for. The system was really set up to catch criminals in the act. Like so like let's say that so now like they've set these up and they have facial recognition scanning technology in Walmart. So what
Right,
that does, like let's say, like now let's say there's a green square, like around your face, and there's a red square around my face. So the green represents a good, but the red represents like a threat. And that's
right.
what these systems are designed for. So they can tell if you're a criminal or about to do some harm to somebody.
That's the
That's when.
recognition. Yeah, that's the facial recognition. Sean wants to say something. I'm gonna see if I can plug in a charger. Give me a second, because Sean has some breaking news right now. Let's let Sean come on too. I'll let Jillian just, if you can just talk for a few minutes here while I go get a charger for his phone, so that Sean
Yeah.
can say he has some breaking news. And hang tight, everybody. Remember, I need everybody that's watching to call Congress. All the information's on my page. I don't care who you are. Even if you've never had an involvement with family court, we need to shut it down. We need to shut it down. So please, if you haven't seen the congressional hearing where we spoke and we related the open door to the child trafficking industry to the family court system, you can learn. It'll take you 58 minutes to watch the video. You'll learn. Contact every congressman you can possibly get your phone to and tell them you're in support of that and you want the system abolished and the bad actors arrested. Without that, we don't have a justice system. I know that many of you have been in trouble for something. I know that probably everybody watching has been arrested or pulled over. Arrest means when you're stopped, you're actually arrested. Do you guys realize that? That's actually a detainment. So you're being arrested. You might not be thrown in jail, but you're being stopped. Okay? There's a lot of things that happen in that stop. okay, that people don't know. And you've been in trouble for maybe talking on your phone when you weren't, but you still had to slow down and you had to pay a fine. Or you were told that not really speeding, you parked on pavement, fine. So these are important things that we have to have changed in our country. So please call all together. This is all together. It's important that everybody gets educated on this. I'm gonna let Jillian talk for a minute. I'm gonna grab a quick charger so I can get Sean on here. He's got some breaking important news to tell that I do know about. So hold on a second.
Okay, so yeah, guys, it's up to us, like together, to work as a team. If you guys don't want to wind up being under government control, like it's up to us to help shut down. We need to shut down. We need to help. We need to shut down the oncoming New World Order Illuminati. So that's it. So, but it's up to we, the people, like to resist the chip.
Yeah.
The chip is bad, guys. The chip represent like so. Remember these two numbers:
Sean,
six,
invite.
6, the devil's number.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to get him on here. You can keep
Can
going.
you guys hear me?
I'm just trying to get Sean on in the queue. I just plugged it in. Hope it's gonna last. I hope it's gonna
Yes, I
last.
was just I was
Thanks,
I was just
everybody.
telling
I
them.
see all these new people hopping on that aren't normally watching, that are not the normal people who have gone through the family court. Some of you may have. I just knew that I don't know. So that's very awesome that a different group of audience is coming on and watching. We want to really, if anybody can help me out, that would be very helpful right now. If you can actually put in the comments the child trafficking briefing that we did, that actually ties the family court to child trafficking. We were talking about credentials today. I think it's important that you guys go back and watch this. I don't like to do the videos too long because I want people to be able to get all the most important information in and then move forward. We have calls to Congress, which is called Occupy Congress right now. We are occupying Congress since we've been inside the congressional hearing room, exposing true child trafficking and what it really is and where it started and all that. Sean, I know you want to come on, but I need you to either, if you're not on a phone, I won't be able to get you. Sean is getting major attention in Rock Island, Illinois. We are hitting every state
So
in the
we have Carla De Los Santos, Brittany Gross. A shout out to you guys. Shout out
nation.
to my friend Cord. To all you guys, I love you guys. So if you guys want to participate and help shut down
Yeah.
the if you guys want to help shut down this Illuminati New World Order and child trafficking, talk to Fran. She's a woman to talk to. She's in charge of everything.
Well, not everything, but we're working together with David Jose and okay, Sean, there you are. I'm gonna go ahead and add Sean. I'm gonna add Sean right now, Jillian. I can't do it until I bring you out, but I really appreciate having you on. I'm gonna have Julian on again because he's got a lot of really good information. We want to hear what Sean has to say right now, and then I'm gonna cut
All
the
right.
video. I don't want it to go too long. I want you guys to go back that missed the beginning and watch it because this is urgent for your families. And it's very important, and we have literally taken the head off the giant, okay? And I'm very proud of our group for what we've done. And so God bless you,
I'm really
Jillian.
proud of you guys.
And
I'm
I'm
really
gonna
proud of you guys.
but I'm gonna have you back again, okay? I'm gonna have you back again. Thank you, Jillian. Bye,
I
honey.
love
Bye,
you
brother.
guys.
Love you too. God bless
All
you.
right.
All right, let's get Sean on now. Get Sean. There he is. Oh boy, it says I invited you, Sean. I need you to. It's not letting me re-add you. And so you can talk about what's happening in Illinois. It's every state in the nation, guys. Every state in the nation. Every state in the nation. Okay? Oh gosh, Sean, it's not letting me re-invite you. I need you to pull yourself on. There you are. There it is. It's doing it now. It's doing it now. Here we go. So every state in the nation, guys. And that means you're calling DC, but I'm calling for every state, guys. So you can start with your own district Congress member, and then you move on to the next and say, I've seen the child trafficking briefing. If you haven't, we want to send it to you, get an email, and CC me to it so I can keep track of all the Congress members. Sean, how are you? Go ahead and tell everybody what you're doing right now and how you're supporting this.
Hey, so I'm fighting the same fight you guys are fighting. I've got judges that are making me go through psych evals and When they come back that nothing's wrong with me, the judge literally says, well, that went your way, we'll make you take another one. Things like that. My son's been kidnapped to keep me quiet about a lot of stuff, and I can prove it. My problem is I'm having trouble with some of the audios and videos, the legality of it, because I was forced to take audios and videos, and Illinois law is kind of sketchy on that, but it proves everything that I'm saying. So at least at bare minimum, I can prove it. But I wanted to tie all this in together, what you guys are talking about. I went to in Rock Island, Illinois, they're trying to tear down the old courthouse, and they built a new one. Well, the old courthouse is on the historic landmarks, and the public wants to save it, right? And so the chief judge, which is one of the judges that's doing what he's doing to me, is in this like criminal conspiracy to hurry up and get this courthouse torn down. So I went to this meeting where the public's trying to save it, and I spoke about what's going on, and people were like, dude, we believe a message came in. We believe what you're saying. And so I've been getting contacted over the last 2 days about people wanting to expose this. But my point is, while I was at this meeting about saving the old courthouse, what I found out was the reason they want to tear it down is because they want to build a $30 million children's jail. They literally told the public that. They want to build a $30 million children's jail here in Rock Island, Illinois.
Do you guys hear?
And cases like mine are going to fund that and put people in those jails, because we all see the statistics on children that grow up without fathers. Well, my son's growing up with his mom's boyfriend is a thug and has a criminal record. But I'm being kept away from my son's life because I can expose what's going on. So I wanted to tell you, it gets so outlandish that they're even... Sorry,
they want to remove the protective parent. They restrain the protective mother or father so that the children will get in trouble, so that the children will be taken by CPS and sold and all this. And you know, the other day that a friend of mine literally had to bring somebody to parole, and it was a person that never deserved to be on parole because he has ADA issues. Okay, and I found this out like later. But when this man drove him to parole in Ulster County, New York, there were 80-year-olds in wheelchairs walking in with canes and walkers on parole. He said he couldn't even count how many of them. Okay? There is a very... This is why we're on here, guys. Did you hear what he just said? They want to jail little children. They want to jail...
No, listen, they didn't say they wanted to build a juvenile jail. They told the public, and I'll get to something else, but they told the public, we want to build a $30 million children's jail, right? But they won't let the public renovate the old courthouse and turn it into office space when it would only cost about $800,000 to do. They want to build a $30 million children's jail. Another reason, and I'm not shitting you, this is verbatim, they told the public another reason that they need to tear down the courthouse is because of possible sniper attack. Well, if you aren't guilty of the criminal things that you're doing to people, you might not be thinking snipers are going to climb up on the building and shoot your sorry ass, right?
They want to protect themselves. They want to protect themselves from bodily harm. That's the reason why every time you go into these fraudulent family courts, these fake fraudulent family courts, you see how serious this is, my friends? Those of you that are watching that don't know what we're doing, you need to pay attention, because everybody's feeling at risk, but not anymore as long as we make these calls to Congress so we can finish what we started here. So we need you guys to just keep calling them and calling them and calling them. Over 540 Congress members. We've got over 400 involved right now. So we need you guys to call so they see that the public really wants this over. It's abolish arrest, occupy Congress, because see, it's not just the family court. Like, the family court's the head of everything, like we've been trying to teach you. Okay, so you're not just thinking it's just CPS or foster care, it's the family court. You take the head off the family court, you take it off the entire black market business, right? And then what he's talking about, and then the elderly, it's all tied in together. It is a very sophisticated machine. If I could play to you, and I will do this, I will make phone calls one day, and I will go live while making the phone calls, and you're going to see how it's a big circle. I could go from the Committee on Judicial Conduct to the judicial, to the Attorney General's office, to public integrity, to the FBI, to the Department of Justice, to the Chief Judge, to this one and that one and the other, and they'll keep sending me all over the place, and they'll all keep sending me all over the place. And I can talk about the criticalness and the urgency, and I use words like that, the beatings and the sex abuse and the molestation and the this and that that's happening to specific cases, and they'll all be like, okay, well, we thank you for your call, and you can try this email. And I'm like, I'm a national public face, okay? And I'm dealing with millions of families across our country. Okay, well, thank you very much. This is the response I get. Kid you not. So I plan to make these calls again soon while I take the whole thing alive so people can see what we're really dealing with, because I know what we're dealing with. And I know what we're dealing with in and out of the courts because I go all over the country and sit there and watch this insanity every single day. And I watch how they work together. And I watch how nuts they are, because they're really nuts. They have the nerve to do a psych eval on you. They're going to do a psych eval on you, but they need to psych eval. Somebody needs to psych eval them.
Well, here's the thing. Before they ordered these psych evals, I exposed a court